Hello and welcome back to the ZeduHow series. I'm your host, the jolliest of developers, and today we have an exciting video. Today we're going to be diving in deep into how to use Google Draw. And let's go and launch Google Draw. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go to your Google Drive and you want to click on New and then click on More and then find Google Drawings. Once you click on that, it'll load you up to this blank canvas here. Now the first thing that you want to do is always name your project, and today's project is going to be a Pac-Man logo. So let's go and give that name. Okay, so we just put the Pac-Man logo and now we can find it easily in our drive. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get to know your workspace a little bit. Now it's split into multiple parts. The first one is your undo button, and then you have your redo button. It's these two arrows that you can find in the upper left corner of your screen. Then we have our select tool right here, which is the black arrow. And then we have something called the line tool. Now if we click here on this little arrow right beside the line tool, as you can see, it can allow us to choose different types of lines. Another thing that we can do is if we click here on this circle and square button, it will allow us to open up the shapes menu. And here is where we can find all of these cool different shapes. For example, here we can find the pie shape, and this is what we're going to use to make our Pac-Man. So first click on pie and then go ahead and make it as big as you want. So as you can see right now, it looks more like a pie and less like a Pac-Man, and that's what we're going to fix right now. So you want to click on the pie and you want to click here on this little blue circle and drag until you find this beautiful point right here. And in case if you don't have this result, just go ahead and move it a little bit more like this, and voila, we have our Pac-Man icon. Now the first thing that you want to do is you want to change the color to a color that you want, or you can go for the nice Pac-Man yellow color. So I'm just going to change that, and then I'm going to remove the border color by clicking on the pencil button and clicking on transparent. So as you can see, we have removed the outline or the border, and the next part is that we're going to give it a small little eye. So we're going to go back to our shapes and we're going to go and find the circle tool, and we're going to draw out our circle. Once you draw out your circle, just go and find the perfect point for it. After that, go ahead and change the colors. I'm just going to change it to a nice little white color, and I'm going to remove the outline too. So as you can see, we now have our Pac-Man with a beautiful little eye, and now it's time to make some text to it. And that's why what I recommend doing is going over here where it says the text box tool. It's right beside the shapes. Go ahead and click on it, and after that you want to drag out a little text box. Now the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to write out our text. Okay, then you're going to go and highlight it. We're first going to make it bigger. We're going to make it around 60. You know what, let's go a little bit bigger. Let's make it 72. And then let's go and bring it here to the middle, like so. Let's make the text box a little bit smaller. And let's put it right here in his mouth to make it look like he's about to eat the text. The next part that you want to do is you want to click here where it says Arial, and you can change it to any font you like. I'm gonna try to see which font works the best. I think I'm gonna go for Impact. It looks really cool, and I think it really just suits this total style. Now let's go and highlight the text, and let's give it a different color. I'm gonna give it maybe a nice dark blue. Let's see how that looks. That looks okay-ish. Maybe let's add a highlight. So the way you can add a highlight color is by clicking here on this nice little highlight button and then selecting the background that you want to go with your text. It isn't really seen with this background. I think I'm just going to leave it transparent by going back here and clicking on the transparent button. And that is the end of today's episode. That is how you make a nice little Pac-Man logo. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to hit that like button and of course subscribe. Thank you so much for joining us in this episode, and see you guys in the next.